Good evening and welcome to the January 6, 2026 meeting of the Greensboro City Council. We are in the Katie Dorset Council Chambers, and let the record reflect that all members are in attendance. And we will begin the meeting with a moment of silence. Thank you. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Marshall, would you lead us, please? Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We ask that you please silence any and all electronic devices at this time. And the City of Greensboro strongly encourages input from all residents. The council chamber serves as a welcoming and safe environment for everyone. To address the council this evening, participants must have completed speaker sign-up by 5:30 p.m. Those who registered online should confirm their attendance with Mr. Canapino. He is at the front over there. Speakers may address specific consent or business agenda items with 3 minutes allocated for remarks. Speakers may not transfer their time to others, and the mayor will determine the speaking order based on the number of speakers and may modify the time allotted to each individual. All handouts must be given to the city clerk for distribution, and approaching the dais is not permitted. All speakers are expected to adhere to established rules of decorum, and to protect the integrity of this meeting, there will be no personal attacks of any kind. Any inappropriate or disruptive conduct will result in immediate removal. A first removal carries a 3-month suspension from in-person participation. A second violation results in a 6-month suspension. And a third violation or any instance involving physical altercations results in a 12-month suspension and may also subject the individual to criminal charges. Those suspended from in-person participation will retain the ability to attend virtually via Zoom, ensuring their right to free speech. Zoom participants must refrain from speaking until they are recognized and called upon. State statute requires council members to vote on all matters unless a direct financial interest exists or if the council member serves on the board of a nonprofit organization that receives city funding. All motions will be moved and seconded, and the presiding officer will announce the vote tally. The consent agenda, covering items G1 through G11, consists of routine and non-controversial matters that are approved with a single vote. Any council member may request the removal of an item due to a conflict of interest or to vote in opposition. Items withdrawn for discussion will be carried forward to the next business meeting agenda. If an item is found to be time-sensitive, the mayor may request that a vote be taken. Closed captioning is provided for this meeting, and depending on the duration of proceedings, a brief recess is anticipated around 7:30 p.m. I will now move on to our ceremonial and/or presentation items. Item number E1, resolution recognizing the Grimsley High School Whirlies football team. Mr. Adam Marshall.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. First, this is very exciting for me because when I was at Grimsley, we didn't have a whole lot to cheer about sports-wise. So this is very exciting that we got such a great program at Grimsley. I'm a graduate, 2001. Ms. Crawford? 1990. Anybody else? Well, nobody's perfect. We have a couple guests I want to recognize. Grimsley High School Principal Jed O'Donnell, the Athletic Director Evan Fancourt, and Mr. Faison Brandon, the quarterback for the Grimsley Whirlies. If y'all will stand. with that, I'll read the resolution. The resolution honoring the Grimsley High School football team as the 2025 North Carolina State 7A champions. Whereas the Grimsley Whirlies became the first North Carolina High School Athletic Association Class 7A state football champions in the 8-class era by winning the state championship game on Friday, December 12, 2025. Whereas this historic victory marked the Whirlies' second consecutive state championship, earned through a 24-14 defeat of the Clayton Comets. Whereas the Grimsley Whirlies players and coaching staff, led by head coach Darryl Brown, demonstrated exceptional teamwork, discipline, and commitment, resulting in 2 consecutive undefeated seasons and an outstanding combined record of 31-0 during the 2024-2025 seasons. Whereas Grimsley was led by quarterback Faison Brandon, who was named the most valuable player of the NCHSAA Class 7A state championship game after recording 191 yards of total offense and scoring 2 touchdowns. Whereas the Grimsley Whirlies consistently exhibited outstanding athletic ability, leadership, and sportsmanship both on and off the field, bringing pride, honor, and positive recognition to Grimsley High School, the city of Greensboro, and its residents. And now, therefore, be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Greensboro that the City Council hereby recognizes and commends the 2025 Grimsley Whirlies football team for its talent, dedication, teamwork, sportsmanship, and outstanding achievements as the 2025 North Carolina High School Athletic Association 7A state football champions. On behalf of the residents of Greensboro, the City Council extends its sincere congratulations and pride in this historic accomplishment.
All right. Mr. Marshall, I assume you want to make that motion?
I will make that motion.
And do I hear a second? Seconded by most everyone up here, so I don't know if the clerk can figure that out. All right. So, yes, congratulations. And would you like to present the? Awesome. Yes. Oh, we do have to vote. Yes. So let's vote. Thank you.
Okay.
That passes 9-0, by the way.
Thank you so
Unanimous.
much. So as proud principal of Grimsley High School, Jed O'Donnell, I've been the principal for 8 years. I would like to express our sincere gratitude to the council and to the entire city of Greensboro for all of your support. Grimsley was established as Greensboro High School in 1899. And so we feel that we represent the entire city of Greensboro, moving forward with our sports, our academics, and our arts. Our enrollment continues to increase. We believe that we are a shining light of public school education, not only for our city, but for our entire state. We take our role extremely seriously. We have wonderful students, including Faison. We have incredible teachers, athletic directors, and coaches. We believe that sports has a unique role in keeping our students enrolled and engaged at school, allowing them to shine both on the field, while also shining academically in the classroom. So again, we appreciate all your support, and we look forward to defending our championship again this upcoming season. I know that you don't want to hear from me, but you want to hear from Faison Brandon, so who will be going to Tennessee this upcoming season. So Faison, any words?
I would just like to thank all of y'all, and just thank y'all all for the support y'all showed us.
Thank you.
Yes, and again, on behalf of Grimsley Athletics specifically, we'd like to thank you guys. We take a lot of pride. Mr. O'Donnell already said it, but we take a lot of pride in, yes, during the regular season and conference play, we try to beat up on the other Greensboro teams, but once we get into those state playoffs, we take a lot of pride. We actually wear 336 on some hats and some things that we have, and we take a lot of pride in representing Greensboro as a whole and our school system and our city. And we beat teams from Winston, we beat teams from Fayetteville, we beat teams from Charlotte, and we beat teams from Raleigh in the route to winning the state championship. So again, we thank you guys for what you do, because without a great city and great programs for guys like this to grow up, we got a team full and a school full of great individuals, and I think that's a reflection of this city and what you guys do for them as youngins to grow up and again, beat up on all those other cities and towns in the state. So thank y'all.
Thank you. That's exciting. Go Orange. All right. Item E2, resolution to adopt the 2026 City of Greensboro departmental events, recognitions, and programs. For this meeting, I will be reading those, but once we get the liaisons firm in their roles, they will take over reading many of these resolutions. So I just wanted to make that clear. So this is a resolution adopting the 2026 City of Greensboro annual department events and recognitions and programs. Whereas recognition of departmental events and dedicated work is an important component of the City of Greensboro's philosophy. Whereas the purpose of this calendar is to provide awareness of internal programs and special events. Whereas the City Council of the City of Greensboro honors the dedication and commitment of the City of Greensboro staff and therefore recognizes and brings awareness to the following 2026 departmental events and programs. It is a very lengthy list, but I will try to go through it as quickly as possible. January, the Live Green Awards. February, National Girl and Women in Sports Day. March, Lights Out Program and North Carolina Arbor Day. And also Fix a Leak Week. Greater Greensboro Senior Games and Silver Arts. And we have April, Wyland National Mayor's Challenge, the Recycle Rodeo, National Library Week, National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week, Earth Day, Second Chance Month. In May, we have Drinking Water Week, Greensboro Arts and Culture Month, Creative Greensboro Activations, Music Ensemble Concerts, May 23rd, Culture Works, May 7, 4 and 18, Atrium Live, May 1 to 26, Grow Artist Residence, Law Enforcement Week, also in May, National Public Works Week in May, Bike Month, Older Americans Month. In June, we have Homeownership Month, Juneteenth, Guilford Creek Week, National Trails Day, and in July, we have Parks and Recreation Month. We have Heat Awareness Week, and moving on to September, we have Hunger Action Month, Library Card Sign-Up Month, National Deaf Awareness Month, National Senior Center Month, and in October, we have Energy Efficiency Day, Fire Prevention Week, Code Compliance Officers Appreciation Week, International Walk, Bike, and Roll to School Day, National First Responders Day, Imagine a Day Without Water Day, Native Plants Week. And in November, we have No Straw November, World Day of Remembrance for Road Traffic Victims. And in December, we have the National Homeless Persons Remembrance Day. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Greensboro that the City Council of the City of Greensboro recognizes and observes the 2026 City of Greensboro Departmental Annual Events, Recognitions, and Programs. And we should adopt this the 6th day of January 2026. I will make the motion. Do I hear a second? Second by Mr. Holston. Council, please vote. And that passes 9-0. Item E3, resolution to adopt the 2026 City of Greensboro engagement calendar. I will also read that one. Gather that. Whereas the creation of our annual engagement calendar is an integral part of the National Equal Employment Opportunity and Civil Rights Program. Whereas the purpose of our engagement calendar is to create awareness of months, weeks, and days for groups, ethnicities, and cultures to celebrate. These awareness months and days are intended to help raise awareness and understanding for the groups, cultures, or causes in an effort to promote belonging. Whereas as an organization, the City of Greensboro stands in solidarity with communities around the world combating injustice and inequality. The city is committed to create a sense of belonging in our workplace and community, whereas we will be part of the solution by addressing the inequities that exist and by recognizing events on this calendar. The city will leverage the knowledge and expertise of staff to develop concrete ways to create equity in our community. Whereas the City of Greensboro wants to make official its annual recognition of nationally recognized heritage events and celebrations, such as in January, the National Day of Service, February, African American Black History Month, the Lunar New Year, National Caregivers Day. In March, we have National Women's History Month, International Women's Day, National Employee Appreciation Day. In April, we have Sunflower Month for Hidden Disabilities, Cambodian Heritage Month, and Take Our Children to Work Day. In May, we have the Asian Pacific American Heritage Month, the Jewish American Heritage Month, and the Older Americans Month, along with the National Military Appreciation Month. In June, we have the Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender, Queer Questioning, Intersex, Asexual History Month. We also have the Juneteenth celebration, Caribbean American Heritage Month. And in July, we have National Disability Independence Day. August, we have Women's Equality Day. September and October, we have Hispanic Heritage Month, Greensboro Pride. And also in October, we have National Disability Employment Awareness Month and Indigenous Peoples Day, along with World Mental Health Day. In November, we have National American Indian Native American Heritage Month. We have International Men's Day, and we have the Transgender Day of Remembrance. In December, we have International Day of Persons with Disabilities and International Human Rights Day. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Greensboro that the City of Greensboro's 2026 engagement calendar is hereby adopted on this, the 6th day of January 2026. I will move the resolution. I will accept a second. Seconded by Mrs. Thurm. Council, please vote. And that passes unanimously. Is there anyone here to accept the calendars? Seeing no one, we will move on. Now, we are moving on to item E4, recognition of the Parks and Recreation Director in Greensboro for receiving the North Carolina Recreation and Parks Association Meritorious Service Award. Assistant City Manager McCrae, would you help us with that?
Absolutely. Thank you, Madam Mayor. Good evening, Mayor, members of council, and members of our community. It is truly a pleasure and an honor to be able to take this moment this evening to recognize someone who embodies the very best of public service and the Parks and Recreation profession. And so tonight we are celebrating Phil Fleischman, Director of Parks and Recreation for the City of Greensboro, who is being honored as a recipient of the Meritorious Service Award from the North Carolina Recreation and Parks Association. This was presented to him at the Joint Carolinas Conference this past December. I've had the privilege of working alongside Phil for over 15 years, and during that time I've seen firsthand how he has been such a respected leader, not only just here in Greensboro, but across the country and in the state in recreation. He represents the very best of what Parks and Recreation stands for. Many of you have worked with him on a number of different initiatives, and you know that he leads with his heart. He treats everyone with respect. He never hesitates to roll up his sleeves and do the work alongside his team, even times when he shouldn't. But his calm presence, his thoughtful leadership, and genuine care for people really make him someone that people naturally look toward for guidance and support, especially in moments that require perspective and steadiness. Here in Greensboro, his impact is everywhere. You can see it in our neighborhood parks that have been revitalized, in our inclusion programs that welcome residents of all abilities and ages, in the partnerships that he's built across different departments and community organizations. He's also mentored countless young professionals He's strengthened our organization from the inside out, and he helps to foster a culture that's rooted in service, collaboration, and care for the community. On a personal note, he's not only just a trusted colleague, he's one of my closest friends. His sense of humor, his integrity, his steady nature really makes him one of the most exceptional leaders, and genuinely just a good human to work alongside with. And to me, those qualities really matter, particularly in public service and the work that we do, because they leave a lasting impression on everyone that's around him. So I also want to take a moment before I introduce our speaker for this item. I want to acknowledge our Parks and Recreation team members that are also here from Phil's staff that are here to support him. Your presence speaks volumes about the respect that you have for his leadership, as well as the culture that you all continue to build as a team. There's no one that's truly more deserving of this than Phil. His career reflects passion, professionalism, and a deep belief in power of Parks and Recreation to transform lives and strengthen communities. So at this time, I want to introduce Michelle Wells, the Executive Director of the North Carolina Recreation and Park Association, who will officially present the Meritorious Service Award to Phil Fleischman.
That's okay. Thank you. Good evening, Mayor and Council. It is indeed a delight to be here, and thank you, Nasha, for the invitation to be here to honor Phil in his home community. As Nasha shared, we did present this award to Phil back in December. He was completely surprised. He had no clue he was receiving the award there. He knows about it tonight, so on that one. But Phil's been your Park and Recreation Director since December of 22. And he was no stranger to Greensboro when he accepted that position, because for Phil it was like he was coming back home, because he had served in many leadership roles here in Greensboro during his time from 2011 to 2019. And I think when I asked myself, why did Phil do that? And I think it's truly because he loves this community. And I think things that Nasha shared, that you can see that in Phil's work, his personality on that. Nasha and I had some similar thoughts about Phil's work. He leads a large and diverse team of staff who are coordinating everything from your parks to your recreation programs to your greenways and trails and beyond. Parks and Recreation, I like to say, is your most essential, non-essential service. Think about all the things in your community that this team under Phil's leadership never raises their hand and says, we did that. They quietly go about doing their work, making things happen. As Nasha said, they're the ones who will roll up their sleeves. They will be the last to leave events, making sure that things are happening and providing services and care and concern for all the citizens here in Greensboro. Phil's been involved with the Plan to Play master plan that the city has adopted. He emphasizes equitable access to opportunities. He listens to residents. He uses data to ensure that programs and facilities are serving all segments of your community. He has relationships with everybody, whether they're from other municipalities, other forms of government here in Greensboro, your local nonprofits, community groups. Phil knows them all. And as Nasha alluded to, he's helping train the next generation by sharing of his time and talents, but being a faculty member, adjunct faculty member over at UNC Greensboro in their community and therapeutic recreation curriculum. He serves on several boards here in the Greensboro area. On that, there are lots of things through his leadership that he's piloted, reopened and renovated community centers that have been revised through bonds and grants. I hear y'all have the largest selection of clay tennis courts in the Southeast now. Congratulations on that. Piloted free pool admissions that increased accessibility, and is thinking about how trails and greenways work into the city's most connected cities vision. I want to share some things that were said by Phil through letters of support of his award nomination. Phil has always approached leadership with humility, empathy, and a deep sense of purpose. He listens and he leads in a way that is genuine and demonstrates his care and commitment to the people and community. He has evolved from a strong professional into a great leader who consistently centers people and community in every decision. Think about that. centers people and community in his decisions. He has an unwavering belief in the power of Parks and Recreation, that it can connect, heal, and strengthen communities. And it's not just something that he talks about, but it is something that he lives every day. And when I hear these things about Phil, it makes me wonder why I'm not employed here in Greensboro working for him. And I hear the good things from his team members throughout the year about Phil's leadership and commitment to them as a staff as much as he is committed to the community that he serves. And so it's all of those reasons and many more that I am delighted to be here this evening to present Phil in his home community with our NCRPA Meritorious Service Award. So please join me in congratulating Phil.
Good evening. I had to get my thoughts about my words for a second here. I would like to thank Michelle Wells and the North Carolina Recreation and Park Association for this great award. And I also want to acknowledge and sincerely thank Greensboro Parks and Recreation staff who were involved in nominating me, several of whom are here. While I really don't like or seek out personal recognition or the spotlight, this was a lot easier when this was a surprise versus talking. Tonight, receiving this noteworthy award is definitely a high point and one that I will remember forever. I consider myself to be extremely fortunate to have worked for the city of Greensboro for many years in my career in several capacities and within different core areas of parks and recreation. There is great leadership throughout and within this organization, including in our city manager's office, City Manager Davis, Assistant City Manager McCrae, and the entire City Manager's office team. Initially beginning as an hourly roster staff member nearly 25 years ago, thanks to the city's support of its employees, I benefited from the many exceptional training opportunities and development opportunities that our organization offers. I encourage all team members to fully explore and take advantage of what's available to them. It is incredibly enriching and rewarding to be a part of a department that through its people, programs, services, and facilities has such significant impacts. Our work facilitates true individual and community benefits related to health and well-being, equity and opportunity, environmental resilience, and sustaining and improving our local economy through producing programs, sports, and events. What is even more fulfilling, though, is to have the opportunity to do the work with a talented team, including many staff and partners who exemplify true passion and dedication. Serving and partnering with our community to expand and improve our parks and recreation system for current and future generations is a key hallmark of our department. We do the work for you and with your support and involvement, and I and our team invite you to connect with us. To our Greensboro City Council, Mayor Abuzawader, Mayor Pro Tem Roth, and all City Council members, our Parks and Recreation team and I extend a big congratulations to each of you on your recent election, and we're eager to serve with and support you in the years to come as together we strive to make Greensboro an even better place to live, work, and play, to provide more opportunities and access, and to be the best and most connected mid-sized city. Thank you again, everyone.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I just want to appreciate the opportunity to come and be here with you tonight and recognize Phil. As important as it is for him to get that honor and recognition in front of his peers, it's even more important that the people here in his home community know what a wonderful leader you have in Phil. So thank you again for the opportunity to be with you tonight.
Thank you, and congratulations, Phil. I think all of us have been touched in one way or another with Parks and Rec, whether we've been to the recreation centers, we've seen what they do. It's just a joy to have you be recognized from something like this. It's just amazing. So thank you so much, and thank you for bringing it here. That is just wonderful, wonderful. Anyone else? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's see. Sorry, give me just a moment. Speakers from... Now we will move to our speakers from the floor. I will start in the order they are received. We may switch people around just a little bit, so I will call the first three, and if you will come and line up towards the windows over there. I have Ben Holder, Beth McGee Huger, and Toad of the Mountain as the first three. Mr. Holder? And then Beth McGee Huger, and then is Toad of the Mountain here? Or is he? I don't see him. Mr. Holder.
My name is Ben Holder. And Trey, I sent in a video like I've done for decades to play during speakers from the floor, and I was told by Miss Franks that I wouldn't be allowed to play the video because it did not match an agenda item. Well, speakers from the floor is not about agenda items at all. If you make a video about how much I love my puppy and you don't have an agenda item about my puppy, nothing's going to stop me from coming and playing the video about my puppy. This is speakers from the floor. I encourage this new council to not get on the side of doing something really shady. I've played videos that I've made and from using city council clips for decades. I am infamous for it. Again, my name is Ben Holder. I would like to play a video tonight. I was told for the first time ever I will not be able to play the video because it doesn't match agenda items. That's what I was told. You have a portion in your speakers from the floor where you submit stuff at noon before the day you speak. I'm asking y'all to override this and let me play my video. It would be wise to listen to me. History will tell you you should listen to me. Listen. You should hear me out. Kind of like every other time I've been up here. I've said stuff, it's come to fruition. You should let me play the video. You can hate me, you can hate the video, you can hate everything about it, but you cannot take a person's right away. So, am I going to get to play the video?
Stop his time, please. It was not the fact that you couldn't play a video, and actually you can play videos, but not any that are personal attacks.
How is it a personal attack if it is simply clips from a city council meeting?
Your clips were edited to bring a different viewpoint.
My clips were edited to tell the truth. I'm sorry you feel the way you feel. I see why when Mayor Vaughn told me, of course I have beef with Mayor Vaughn about this issue, but she said my beef should be with the people who didn't want to recognize it in 2012. You were one of those. I'm not surprised by this. It is not a personal attack. It is a clip. And so you're the judge of what's a personal attack now? Again, counsel, hey, Epic, it's in my advantage that you do this to me. It helps me that you do this to me. It's foolish for you. It's just like when I made a bunch of, you need to run my time. That's bad management.
Oh, yeah, start the clock, please. Going. Yes.
Bad management. Bad management. So, it's just like the time when I came here and said, stop getting naked. Don't you interrupt me when I'm talking. This is my turn. The clock's running. When I said, do not get naked during police investigations, I was ignored. They tried to cover it up. Changed your directive anyways, though, didn't you, Trey? Yeah, you did. And I can talk about many other things in this city that I've done, whether you like them or not. This is one of those times I'm telling you it is a bad decision for you to decide What is a personal attack? It is simply video clips from previous city council meetings put in a chronological manner. And you know what? It's really, I mean, why would you I would have just played it and hid under the desk and maybe Ben Holder's going to go away. The bet was I moved away to the woods and got my children out of college. 4-year later, they're out. One's in grad school. I have nothing to do but time. I could come right on back home. What you're doing is foolish, dangerous, and a waste of time.
Your time is up, Mr. I do want to mention, however, that Mr. Holder has been sending Assistant City Manager personal attacking emails, and that is what you are expressing in the video. Thank you, Mr. Holder. Miss McGee-Huger? Miss McGee-Huger.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Beth McKee-Huger, and I 6017 Bush Road in Brown Summit, and I'm speaking on behalf of the Interfaith Housing Initiative. I'm here to support your efforts to strengthen code enforcement. The road to 10,000 adds to the housing supply, but dangerous housing conditions like the
Stop the clock. Her mic isn't on. Her mic isn't working. Yeah.
1 2 1.
Start her clock over, please. We couldn't hear any of that. Okay. Go ahead and start over, Ms. Huger.
All right, let's try. I'm Beth McKee-Huger. I live at 6017 Bush Road in Brown Summit, and I'm speaking on behalf of the Interfaith Housing Initiative. We're here to support your efforts to strengthen code enforcement. The road to 10,000 adds to the housing supply, but dangerous housing conditions like those at the district subtracts from the housing supply. The city must preserve housing with effective code enforcement that motivates owners to maintain housing in safe condition, like collecting civil penalties, repairing and placing liens to recover your cost, embarrassing owners with transparent public information, partnering with community organizations, concerted efforts by fire and engineering and water resources when they notice that the housing conditions are getting more dangerous, to inform code enforcement, because that would be probable cause for inspections. Adding to the repair resources in the housing department for low-income homeowners and landlords, and then consistent enforcement, all backed up by firm commitment from the city manager, city attorney, and you, the elected leaders. Show property owners that the city means business. Show residents that they can depend on you for safety in their homes. You can do it. Thank you.
Thank you. Is Toad of the Mountain here? All right. Malik Hoff, is he on Zoom? Yes, Malik. And then we have Curtis Hairston Jr.
I'm here.
Okay. He's pulling you up right now.
Okay.
Go ahead, Malik.
I'm here. Hey, City Council, how you doing?
Good.
I know y'all might not be able to see me, but I'm on the way. I live in Greensboro, 5306 Ventura Drive, Greensboro, North Carolina. I'm calling from Zoom tonight to let everybody know that the homeless community is going to be a change coming in 2026. Housing, property are coming up soon, I've been looking at a lot of statistics. I've been looking at a lot of stuff. But with my Beauty in the Streets coming that I brought from the old city council to the new city council, I want to bring the homeless community a change for this new year. And I'm asking for city council to make a change, to make a initiative to come out and support Beauty in the Streets this year for a change, for a reason, for a season, for a moment to be a part of city council. And I'm asking for y'all to come out this year to be a part of my city council, to be a part of me, to be able to take a change, to be able to take a change in city council so that way the homeless members will not have to be outside, will not have to sleep outside, will not have to be worried about where they're going to go to, where they're going to go to at nighttime, what shelter they're going to go to, where they have to go to at sleep. But I need to ask Trey, do you know where or why they are pushing people out of the parking decks? We need answers through my city council, through my own homeless members. We need answers. Why are we getting pushed out onto the parking decks, out of the parking decks, when we got spaces that are not even being used like that, when we could just use the parking deck for temporary access because of the cold weather right now. And I wanted to ask City Council if y'all could look into this matter because
Uh-oh, you froze up, Malik. Yeah, stop the clock. He's got 43 seconds. Or we may have to come back to Malik in a few minutes.
asking for
There
my
he
city
is.
council
Go ahead
to
and
make
start
a
the clock.
change.
Okay, you got a few more seconds, Malik, because you froze up. So go ahead.
I'm just asking if y'all can make a change in this year's matter to make a change for our homeless members. And when are we going to get the new housing plan and the new housing protocols? Mayor Abuzawade, can you answer that question?
So we have your information, Malik, and yes, we are concerned about the homeless, and we have several council members that are working hard to help everyone, so just be assured of that.
And CC Crawford, this goes to you. I got a question for you. Where do you stand for helping us in our community? We need your answers out there, CC Crawford.
So Malik, we're listening tonight. It's not like a back and forth or anything, really.
I just wanted to ask a question, Mr. Wader. This is just a question I need to ask. I need to answer. Trey Davis, can you hear me? Trey?
Yes, I can hear you, Malik.
I've been waiting on you to email me or contact me as soon as you can. Can you contact me this week through or tomorrow? Can you contact me by calling me tomorrow?
So, someone will reach out to you, Malik, okay? We've got your information.
All right, thank y'all.
Yes, and Ms. Crawford said she would call you. CC
All right.
Crawford, yes. Thank you so much.
All right.
All right, Mr. Hairston and then Billy Belcher. Mr. Hairston, go ahead.
It's a wonderful day today, isn't it? Yeah, I got it, brother. Johnson Hairston. Like Nelson Johnson. Like Yvonne Johnson.
Oops.
And the rest of the Johnsons and Hairstons, right? Well, I'm a prophet of God, first and foremost. I only got 3 minutes, so I'm going to take my time anyway. But the issues at hand is what has already been discussed. Anytime you coming in business or in conflict in a meeting, it's always conflict. That should be understood. If you call me a no good black guy and I come back at you, it's not a personal attack because you just disrespected me. That's not a personal attack. If you start the argument, understand. Now, I know the word, I know the scripture. Oh, okay. I can take that advice. But what I'm saying is that the issues at hand, the issues here right now, Greensboro, North Carolina. We're talking about Greensboro, North Carolina. We ain't talking about nowhere else. We're talking about right here, Greensboro. For one, like I've already stated, racial tension is thick in the city. Your police officers have a history of killing black men in the city. So we ain't gonna run from that, okay? I know, like I just said, Nelson Johnson, my cousin, Yvonne Johnson, my cousin too. But I come in the name of Jesus Christ, so understand that, you know. Because when I get upset, God get upset. Remember that. Now, what I'm saying again is, name me one time. Write it down. Maybe one time a black officer pulled a white guy out of his car and beat him. I'll be quiet. Wait for an answer. Name me one time a black police officer shot down a white guy. Name me one. So, for one, I know black police officers, and I don't like the way they're being treated either. So that might open your eyes up a little bit. I know black police officers, and I don't like the way they're being treated either. So name me one time, just one, that a black police officer shot down a white guy. Name it. Anybody. Open floor. Open floor. Wow. No response. Now, this white guy just came up here and voiced his opinion. And I don't really think he was wrong. But I'm a Pacific person. But I'm saying this. Riot is the voice of the unheard. When people riot, they tried everything else. That's what riot means. So you do the math.
Thank you, Mr. Hairston. Mr. Belcher, be followed by Fanta Dorley and George Hartzman and Garnett Thane. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Good evening. I'm Billy Belcher from WHO, the Working Class and Houseless Organizing Alliance. Most of you know WHO has been doing mutual aid in Greensboro for 7 years now. We have seen an already large homeless population increase tremendously during that time. The city has responded in many ways to this crisis, but one of the things that the city has done was to pass a series of ordinances and decisions that just criminalize poverty and make it intentionally difficult to exist in public spaces. I can refer to the changes to Section 18 of the City Code in December 2023 that criminalize forms of sleeping, changes to Sections 16 and 18 in October 2022 regarding penalties for unattended belongings. CC, I know you remember when the police came at me in the park so hard because we were trying to give people food there. We need to fix those policies. Many of you, whether you were on the council at the time or not, oppose those rules. So let's go back through the code book and get rid of the anti-homeless policies and all the big and the little things that criminalize poor people and minorities and that the rich folks in the city don't even have to pay attention to. I think we should get rid of the anti-homeless policies and enact a homeless Bill of Rights instead. If we want the working poor and the minority communities in this city to feel safe, then we should enact protections for them. I think we should codify the right to use public spaces without harassment. We should codify protections, privacy, and personal belongings, and guarantee equal access and equal treatment. It's time to stop pushing poor people out of the parks and out of downtown. Stop trying to arrest people doing mutual aid. And let's take those god-awful bars off all the benches, please. I will do that for you for free if you just promise not to arrest me while I do it. I think about those things all the time. It is cruel. It is inhumane. And I mentioned people's right to privacy. Something else I think about all the time are all the surveillance cameras. The city should not be in that business. It is wildly invasive and dystopian and expensive. The city has been DGI'd halfway to death. I would urge you to change the focus and to protect our most vulnerable. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Dorley. It's followed by George Hartzman, Thane Garnett.
Good evening, Council and City staff. Happy New Year. I wanted to try something different this year, and I wanted to be more involved in what you all were doing because I'm excited about this council. I know most of you, and I know the work that you can do. So I was reading over some of the plans for the city, and I noticed something. I noticed great things planned to attract new residents and companies. I didn't see much on the books for our aging population, which is understandably typical from a growing metro city with lots of potential. We refer to that population not as seniors, which infers hierarchy, but more so as elders, which denotes a level of appreciation, relationship, and respect. But maybe you just don't know what their needs are. Insert me. I plan to come and use 3 minutes or less to help you be informed about our elder community here in Greensboro. I promise not to provide you with just problems, but also give you witty, maybe some doable suggestions to resolve them. Firstly, I want to address food access for the elderly. As you are looking forward to bringing new corporations to the community, please consider large grocery stores that will be able to replace the surprising closing of the Save-A-Lot on the corner of Yanceyville and Cone. For poor communities around there that are heavily based with our elders, such as Palmer House and others, it will be a great disservice right now for them to have access to food. Please keep that in mind. Let's see. So many of the programs and facilities that are built and funded here in Greensboro are definitely funded by endowments of our elders that are not now retired here. They have spent their life helping to build Greensboro. Now it's time for us to take time to simply including them to the table for our decisions. Let's remember them while they are still here instead of memorializing them to not be forgotten when they're gone. That's my time, and thank you for yours.
Thank you. Mr. Hartzman.
George Hartzman. The evacuation at the district on Market Street was not an accident. It was a policy choice. Greensboro's management, legal, and code compliance systematically dismantled the Housing Commission designed to protect low-income rental tenants. The city's attorney's office acted as an instrument of procedural overreach, intimidation, and threats to enforce a political agenda described by Housing Commissioner Samuel Hawkins as an apartment landlord cartel. through which rental property owners increase profits at the expense of their tenants' quality of life and health. The district was full of black mold. As of the last cited count, the city had 381 active housing cases festering in limbo, yet 5 of the 12 scheduled 2025 commission meetings were canceled. 69 of the 381 cases were identified as multifamily complexes like the district, which never get to the commission on purpose, deliberately. City Attorney Laura Cubbage Watch Operations Manager Jeffrey Cavett confirmed that the city deliberately stripped the commission of its power to enforce repairs and habitability standards for the vast majority of violations, explaining the empty dockets and canceled meetings. At the last City Council meeting before 6 new members arrived, at the request of Trebeck, the Triad Real Estate Building Industry Coalition's president, John Hardister, and advocated by City Manager Trey Davis and Attorney Laura Cubbage, the council stripped the Housing Commission of core powers. The city attorney can't cite a single correct statute requiring the changes. The same day the district was evacuated, Mayor Abuzwaiter, working with Cubbage and Housing Code Enforcement Chief Larry Roberts, removed Housing Commission Chair Franklin Scott for cause, citing a video they refused to release at the time, which doesn't show what they claim. The mayor and the city provided false information at the behest of Trebeck and campaign contributors to protect negligent rental property owners. You didn't fix broken, you deactivated. It's shameful what's happened.
Mr. Garnett, and then followed by Luther Falls Jr., Laverne Lamb, Dr. Portia Shipman.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is Thane Garnett, and I thank you for the opportunity to share this proposal of mine. I would like to set a proposal to introduce a duck hunting club at Lake Townsend. That's in District 2. Councilmember C.C. Crawford, I think you're over Lake Townsend. While duck hunting has been allowed at Lake Townsend before in the past, we're excited to present this idea of organizing it into a formal club structure for the first time. Now, this idea would be backed by Ducks Unlimited, the chapter, and the chairman of Ducks Unlimited in Greensboro by Coleman Gilbert and Richard Kettner. We're inspired by the successful approach at Lake Reedsville that does this same duck club activity. We plan to have designated hunting days when the lake is open during duck season from November until the next year in January. So just a few months and a few days out of those months. We would like to align with the lake office schedule. Speaking of the lake office, the lake manager, Brian Fallon, is in favor for this and has asked me to come and propose this. We will ensure that there are permanent blinds, possibility of permanent blinds placed at least 500 yards from any dwellings per North Carolina Wildlife Resource Commission standards and away from the golf course as well. And also away from the Tailored Richardson Preserve, while also maintaining safety and compliances with all local regulations. To address any liability concerns, each club member will sign a waiver so that the city is not held responsible for any incidents. We'll also limit access to motorboats launched from designated boating areas, boat ramps, so no kayaks or canoes to keep things organized and safe. We propose a small membership fee similar to Lake Reedsville, which would support maintenance and community programs. This creates responsible and structured opportunity for local hunters and brings in a modest revenue stream for the lake's upkeep and the program's upkeep. In summary, with the support of our lake manager, Brian Fallon, our members of the Ducks Unlimited chairman of Greensboro, Coleman Gilbert and Richard Kettner, with this thoughtful plan and this execution, we can introduce this new club and its concepts that will enrich our community. Whether you all know it or not, we have a lot of duck hunters around this area, and a lot of us have to travel very far to the coast. And duck hunting used to be such a staple in this part of North Carolina 20, 30 years ago, and now that hunting has been kind of outlawed in this lake in specific and other areas, it's just not what it once was. But if we have a plan to create this duck club and to bring more conservation, then we will have a possibility to create this club. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, Mr. Falls, and then Ms. Lamb, and then Ms. Shipman.
Thank you. Happy New Year and good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is Laverne Lamb. I know you already know that. I'm here today. I'm going to make this short. I had a couple of things, but the 29th I went to Save-A-Lot. I live in District 2. Councilwoman Cece, I'm very instrumental in being out there and doing things. And when I came back on the 1st to find out that they had closed their doors permanently, people were standing outside just confused. I was just riding by because, like I said, I was there on the 29th, and it said they were closed. They were open from 8 to 5 on December 31st, New Year's Eve. So I was like, okay, and I went out of town. I come back the New Year, and it's cleared out, the store. I never seen anything like it. Nothing's on the shelves. I'm telling you, it's bare, and the people are just standing around. Everybody's confused. I'm confused too because I was just there on Monday, and then I was like, okay, so now what are we going to do now, Councilwoman CC? Now, on top of that, Food Line is closing February 9th. You know that, right? On Lee's Chapel. That's another low-income area where people can get the bus to get food. That's gone. That's horrible. So now we're talking about 2 grocery stores in 2 months closing in District 2? Oh, my God. So it's some work that really needs to be done. And I'm out there, and I'm going to be out there, and I'm not going to stop. I mean, even though I'm a GTAC, thank you, Mayor, for returning my call today, I'm not going to stop because I'm an advocate regardless. But it's just, and not only that, this is the last thing I'm going to say because my time is up. Does anybody realize that there was the St. Gail's nursing care home on Lee's Chapel? Was anybody aware of that? They closed that down. Guilford County took it over. They're bringing a drug and rehab substance abuse center. They've already named it Prince Edward Graves Drug and Rehab, and next door is a high school. There is no fence, no barrier, so these people could just go over to this high school where we have children, okay, they have to go to school every day. Don't get me wrong, they have to go somewhere to rehabilitate, but why there? You got rid of all the people that were in the nursing home, close it down to bring it back under the county and bring it as a substance abuse center next door to a school. That makes no sense to me. Thank you for my time.
Thank you. Mr. Falls.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, Madam Mayor Pro Tem, members of the Greensboro City Council, and Happy New Year. And I'm excited about this new council that's been elected. Wish you all the best. I think I have some rapport with most of you at least. And I also like to thank the Grimsley Championship team because I do have some colleagues that went to Grimsley, and I want to say that. But before I really talk, my colleague is Mr. Phil Fleischman, and all the great things that you have heard about him, I have personally experienced that when working with him for a number of years, and especially in our African American community where he has been out with me around the area talking with our families and our young people about activities that the Parks and Recreation Department has all year long and not just in the summer. That information has been very valuable, and I really enjoy working with him. And my Councilwoman Krista Black over here, and Mr. Allen, Councilman Allen, who his father and I have known each other for a long time. Congratulations to you all in particular. And for our crime and public safety issues in the city, there are many, many of those. And I'm very concerned about some of the issues that were stated earlier, but also hopefully we can implement a police community relations program that we were doing with one of the previous deputy chiefs, where we brought out a representative, high-ranking representative from the police department, but we also brought out community partners, such as domestic violence, parks and recreation, and I think Ms. Shipman at Porsche has worked with us on that to give alternatives and try to help prevent crime from occurring with activities that are available to young people and helping other people, and with Kathleen Johnson with the Family Justice Center for resources that are available. Also, the Watchful Network, Inc. is our small business network targeted to African American and minority women businesses here in the city of Greensboro, which is in its 31st year. I want to ask you to continue to support and work with our small business owners because they are the lifeblood of this city. And when small businesses are successful, the city is successful as a whole. And Phil actually had me do something for Parks and Recreation Month one year as a tribute to the late Councilman Jimmy I. Barber, who was one of my heroes that Barber Park is named after. So I think we can work together. I know we can work together, correction. We must work together because there's one Greensboro and one Greensboro only. And we have more in common than we have differences. We got to be able to dialogue with our differences, agree on what's best for the city, and come together and do that. I think most of you know that I'm available in whatever way I can to assist, and any relationships that I have, we'll utilize those because I'm born and raised here in Greensboro out of Dudley. And hello to Mr. Holston for the heels, because Phil's a Tar Heel.
Thank you. Thank you. Dr. Shipman, and then we will have Alexandra, I'm not quite sure how to say your last name, Arpajan, Trayvon Worth, and Brett Tannis.
I am so happy to be sitting in front of this new council. So happy New Year to everybody, and I'm just looking forward to seeing you guys do better things in Greensboro. Good evening, Mayor and honorable members of the City Council. My name is Portia. My name is Dr. Portia LaJoy Shipman. Thank you. Agency Director and founder of the Domestic Violence Intervention Academy, managed by Portia Shipman Enterprises, LLC. I am here this evening to formally announce the launch of the DVIA, a DVI program, a structured accountability-based intervention program designed to address one of the most critical gaps in our community. Response to domestic violence response to domestic violence. Offenders, accountability, and behavior change. The DVIA program is not just a program, it's a necessary step towards breaking cycles of violence that continues to harm families, strain public safety and resources, and devastate our community. While survivors' services remain essential, true prevention must also include direct intervention with those who causes harm. Our program provides court-aligned and referral-based intervention, education-centered behavior transformations, emotional accountability and responsibility, long-term strategies for behavior change, a safe, monitored, and structured learning environment. DVIA serves both male and female participants and designed to work collaboratively with the courts, law enforcement, victims advocacy, and organizations, along with our community partners. This evening, I would also like to formally invite the mayor, the city council to attend our DVIA open house, which is on January 28th from 6 to 7 on East Market Street. This open house will provide an opportunity to learn more about the program, meet the leaders and the team, and explore our DVA and explore how DVA can serve as a collaborative tool for our city ongoing violence prevention. This program is truly a dream come true. The partners, that's Stacy King, Victim Services, Tori Johnson, who's actually our program facilitator and program director, and we are also deeply honored and excited to offer this program to the city of Greensboro in the county of Guilford. We believe DVIA represents a meaningful step forward, in creating safe homes, safer families, and a more accountable community. See, I have a problem with reading, so I have to say this. I want you guys to come to our open house January the 28th from 6 to 7, and I want you guys to say how proud you are of us doing this work, because the only company could ever do this service was Family Service of the Piedmont.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
so
you.
we are now doing it.
Thank you. Alexandra, then Trayvon, and then Brett. And I apologize if I said your name wrong.
It's not an easy one. You're all good.
I got one of those too.
Well, good evening. I'm Allie Arpesian. I'm the executive director for the Carolina Theater. And I just wanted to come tonight to congratulate you all, Madam Mayor, and all of City Council on your recent appointment. I'm also really excited to get to know you all and work with you all, and looking forward to this year ahead. I wanted to start by saying thank you for your ongoing support of the Carolina Theater. And if you're not familiar, I wanted to share just a couple statistics about the theater for yourselves and also everybody present in the room. Before I forget, also congrats, Phil. I am a Phil was my professor in my master's program, so when you talked about his mentorship, I directly received that and continue to receive it, so love you. Thanks, Phil. So some statistics about the Carolina Theater. We annually welcome about 100,000 people into our doors every year. And so far this year, we've welcomed slightly under 40,000. And last month alone, we had 12,500 folks. So we are the magic makers, the memory makers for our community, and we're really proud of what we do. Our patrons come from all over, not just Greensboro, but also outside a 90-mile radius. So annually, we generate slightly under $4 million in economic impact for the city of Greensboro. And we are a nonprofit, and we're also supporting our fellow nonprofits. We're the home for the Greensboro Ballet, as well as the Community Theater of Greensboro, and we offer nonprofit discounts for our fellow nonprofits in the community. And this coming year is a big year for us. We're planning for our centennial, which will be in 2027, and I have lots of ideas to talk to you all about for a later time. But as part of that, we're also starting to plan a new capital campaign for the building. None of it is cool or sexy. All of it is like we need a new HVAC and all of this stuff. But we want the building to last another 100 years, and there's more competition popping up between Tanger and now the Pearls, about to open in March. And they're booking really similar shows to artists that we've had in our venue. So we want to make sure that we are remaining strong, because I grew up in Pennsylvania, and I can tell you, as someone that frequently went to New York, this theater rivals theaters in New York. It is above and beyond what I'm used to. And I can't believe it's right here in Greensboro. It is a treasure. So I look forward to working with you all and sharing more about the theater. And I want to thank you also for your support and the Historic Preservation Program. We were able to get a plaster grant for some plaster that desperately needs repairs as part of this centennial campaign, so thank you. And I also want to invite you. We've got great shows coming up this month, and everybody's welcome to come. Tomorrow night we've got Giselle in the theater, a classic ballet. Dr. Kaboom is coming on the 18th, and he's actually a UNCG alumni, and it's a great family show. The board teachers are coming, Who's Live, and Glenn Miller will close out the month. So I hope to see you at a show. Thank you all.
Thank you. Let's see, Brett Tanis, and I'm sorry, Trayvon Worth first, and then Brett Tanis.
Hello. Well, I'm back today just to address a few things that I had actually on my mind for some time. So, stemming back from August the 20th or August the 2nd, 2022 is when I initially did the IRC Has a Voice That Needs to Be Heard, which was with Dominique LeGrand with Lead by Example. And we started our stand in Center City Park for approximately 52 days until we're, scapegoated by Greensboro police, because local authorities, we're trying to push out houses and homelessness. And I just want to bring this to the city council today of the people that need to be recognized and the guiding light in the city at a time like now. So that's with E2. So I do want to think things that's going on with E2, but a lot of it, where we were standing is exactly where Shirley Fry and Mr. Fry is at, where they cut the plugs off and we were only giving haircuts, free water, because people wants to look like me, even though I've been trying to get a house for long, and I'm here with Working Class Houseless Organization Alliance, and you're building so much and not making no apprenticeship. So I just want to come to the city council to ask the city council once again to give the people the recognition that really needs it. And first and foremost, I want to apologize for being holder, because I understand with all the scrutiny and coming so many times, and sometimes things can get twisted up and turned and miscombobulated and Billy probably got snatched out of this place the same way he got put out this place, or for a time or two, or whatever the case may be. And, sometimes they were like the guiding light for me when, they just show up in the park where they would tell PATH, the IRC, a place for us to be for their housing program, which I actually wanted to do a partnership, which I've asked. So I want to actually, check the score. And, and if you come in to check for me, money doesn't have to be a big important thing, but, I got breath and I got a body and I got a voice that's probably worth more than anybody can ever offer me. So leading by example means that I factually have minutes in Greensboro City Council that needs to be recognized for me to take my next step in life. My name is Trevon Worth. Trayvon Martin Memorial is like 100 yards from here. They will pay us to kill us just to say it's us. Malcolm X. I'm being guided by Allah. I've witnessed this. Bear witness this proclamation we're giving out for people in a way worse criteria than I've lived. So I say thank you. Don't let one person get over. And please bring minutes for the people that wants to support people, because today is a factual.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Mr. Tanis, and then following Mr. Tanis will be Carrie Thompson, Eric Robert, and Jason Hicks.
Hello, my name is Brett Tanis. I been a resident here for about coming up on 2 years now. Happily a resident, because I was in a less than fortunate situation in my arrival and everything, but with a lot of help from law enforcement, fire departments, urban ministries. IRC did help initially, and Hope Center were main sources that I was able to rely on. Got myself situated as far as acclimated to the community and the things I wanted to do, and it can be done. You have to find the change within. And as council members, I know that you listen. It's a panel, it's a structure here that allows a format to be heard. And it doesn't matter what the issue is, because each one of the people that come up here will have something different to say and have to make decisions in their day and whatever their struggle is. Everybody has a challenge, and you keep things positive. Can't be afraid of change, because that can be the constant in their life. Communications is tough. Some people can communicate, others cannot so well. Others have addictions, other ailments, or physical limitations. Transportation was a challenge for me, but I landed and had a monthly pass. I saved up and had monthly passes for the bus, and a couple months in a row, and got around pretty quick and easy in the beginning. I still rely on the bus. It's a challenge. Spend as much time as I do there, but appreciative. There's a lot of good people in the community. And I just wanted to thank, my whole purpose for coming up here was to thank Mayor Vaughn and the council from last year, encourage the council this year to know the people in your district, and the ones you can help. Look for leaders, look for the outliers, look for the people who really need the help. One thing that trust is a very significant thing, and honesty is something that the best integrity of information that you can give them if you deal with them one-on-one. I didn't realize that was going to be 3 minutes. I didn't think that. It's just one of those things I wanted to pass a few things along. So,
thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Carrie Thompson. Carrie Thompson. She's not on Zoom, is she, by chance? Yeah. We'll go back and call her. Eric Robert, followed by Jason Hicks.
Good evening. Thank you. Good evening. My name is Eric Robert, and I own property at 816 South Elm Street. And please, I really need you to hear what I came here to say tonight, because this is not fun in any way. I'm here tonight to talk to you because I've exhausted just about every other path. I went to the planning department, I went to field ops, I went to the city manager's office, I even went to the city attorney's office, who actually laughed at me and offered me $50 in an attempt to mock and degrade me in a public meeting. So tonight I've brought 3 documents with me in hope that you'll actually see what I see. This is a city-produced map, and it shows the boundary for the South Elm Street redevelopment. My property is right here, if you see it clearly within the green line. It is inside those boundaries. The city drew this map. The city also promotes and incentivizes part of this redevelopment, and my property is in it. This is my water bill. You see this charge right here for $50? It is for recycling, because according to this bill, I'm outside of the central business district. But if you look at this map, which is also from the city's website, it clearly shows that my property is actually within the central business district. Actually, the city knows that I'm in a central business district because the city is the one who actually rezoned me, because they wanted me part of downtown. So they rezoned me from light industrial to central business. And actually, nationally, CB zoning is understood to mean and is treated as downtown for regulation, investment, and support. This document tells 3 different stories about what and where my property is. So I'm here because there's a pattern. When the city needs to impose restrictions on me, I'm downtown, because I failed to tell you that while rezoning me, they also impose various restrictions on the use of the property. So when the city needs to charge me for extra basic services, I'm not downtown. When the city draws redevelopment boundaries, I'm inside, but when the city distributes benefits, somehow I'm excluded. How is that okay? Some of you in this room once fought the very system that said one thing and did another. That same system that drew lines that extracted values and excluded people. That boundary should mean the same thing regardless of who is favored or connected. A tax district boundary who has city official on his board should never outrank the city designation. And when it does, everybody knows why. And you all know exactly what I'm talking about. So again, I'm not asking for favors, and I'm not asking for special treatment. I'm asking you to resolve this contradiction once and for all. Am I downtown or am I not?
Thank you, Mr. Robert. Mr. Hicks? Ms. Thompson had to leave, so after Mr. Hicks, we have Valerie Jones Robinson, and I show that that is my last speaker, so. But yeah, and that's later. Yeah, we got it. Thank you.
Good. Good evening, council members. My name is Jason Hicks. Residents of Greensboro currently have no meaningful way to hold the police accountable. I saw this firsthand at the GC Jack meeting on December 18th, which I attended after several of you suggested I do so following my comments at the last council meeting about Corporal Tyler Hatch. Before attending that meeting, I reviewed the city's GC Jack website. It had a link directing residents to learn more about filing a complaint, but that link was not active. Separately, there was a link to a form that let residents praise a police officer, and that one worked perfectly. I raised those concerns at the GC Jack meeting on December 18th. Now, as of today, January 6th, these issues remain unresolved. So my first question is simple. How is a resident supposed to raise a concern about police conduct other than reporting it to the very department they're concerned about? These shortcomings are not the fault of the GC Jack commissioners themselves. They are volunteers working within a system that lacks the tools, structures, and support necessary to function effectively. Several of you have made it clear that you support the police and believe no changes are needed. You can support whoever you like, but when support replaces scrutiny, public trust suffers. Several of you openly supported the former city attorney, Chuck Watts, only later to distance yourself once serious issues came to light, respectfully so. So without oversight, residents have legitimate concerns about whether cases are handled consistently and fairly, or whether who you know matters more than what happened, when similar situations result in different outcomes depending on the person involved. That erodes public trust. This is exactly why civilian oversight must be independent, transparent, and accessible to everyone. Accountability requires independence, transparency, and systems that work for the public. Based on what I've seen, those systems are not working right now. So my final question is this: what will this council do to restore transparency, independence, and public confidence in GC Jack, and to ensure residents have a real, accessible way to raise concerns about policing in Greensboro? What actions will this council itself take to address these systemic issues and ensure actual accountability? Thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Thank you. Ms. Valerie Jones Robinson.
Hello, good evening. My name is Valerie Jones Robinson, and I'm the Community Engagement Specialist for Operation Excel. I work alongside our new Development Director, Angie Williams. I'm here because we believe Greensboro's future depends on the children in our Title I schools, students who have the most potential but often lack resources. We provide them with future-focused enrichment, STEM and STEAM, and mentoring entirely for free. The proof and the data of our success: we don't just offer after-school care, we deliver measurable results. For example, our students have achieved up to 91% improvement in science proficiency. Our reading interventions move students up a full grade level in as little as 6 weeks. We serve students like Eric, who transformed from a struggling learner into a straight-A student through our holistic support. When we stabilize a student's academics and support we support their family, we strengthen the entire Greensboro neighborhood. As Greensboro grows into a global innovation hub, Angie and I are working to ensure our local talent pipeline is ready. Operation Excel is that pipeline. However, we cannot meet the growing demand alone. We're seeking to explore strategic partnerships with the city to ensure no child in Title I school is ever turned away. Angie and I would welcome the chance to sit down with you to discuss how our free services can help meet your 2026 goals for workforce readiness and public safety. We have provided a fact sheet with our contact information and impact metrics. I invite you to visit one of our 7 sites and see this transformation in person. Please contact us to arrange for a tour at any of our 7 sites in Greensboro, High Point, or Jamestown. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. That is our last speaker. I'm sorry? Speakers from the floor. That was our last speaker. Yes. So moving on to our consent agenda. Does anyone have anything they need to pull, or does anyone need to recuse themselves?
I do, Madam Mayor.
All right.
In items G5 and G6 that involve the Blandwood Mansion, that involves my membership on the board of directors of the PGI, Preservation Greensboro, Inc., I request to recuse myself, or to pull those 2 items for the purpose of recusing myself from voting on them.
All right. Do we need to vote on those, Madam City Attorney? No. So you've recused yourself from those 2 items. I think we can move on then. So you will not be voting on those 2 items. All right. Anyone else?
Madam Mayor,
Yes, Mr.
I need
Marshall.
to do the same. Pull G2 for the purpose of recusing myself. Our firm represents the homeowners association where these properties are located.
Great. Thank you. So we're going to need to take a couple of votes there. So do I need, let's see, a motion to accept the consent agenda minus G2 and minus G5 and 6, which Mr. Holston, we're going to have to vote on them separately, correct?
Those 3.
Those 3. And we do have a couple of speakers. So let's see, Mr. Hartzman, you are on G11. Mr. Trayvon Worth, you will go first. You are speaking on G10. Yes.
Items that are on the consent agenda first.
Okay.
Minus those 3 that were pulled, and then
Understood.
separately vote on those 3.
All right. So I will accept a motion to, if someone to approve the consent agenda minus G2, G5, and G6.
So moved.
Yeah, I was actually definitely speaking on 11.
You can't pull it. Only council can. However, we will let you speak in just a moment. Let me finish this part, okay? All right.
So the items that I move the consent agenda less items G2, G5, G6, G10, and 11.
Thank you. Yes. All right. Let's see. Okay, we have a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mayor Pro Tem Roth. All in favor, please say aye. Please vote. Council, please vote. Okay, so we will need a separate vote on G2. Do I have a motion? Move the item by Mr. Holston. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mayor Pro Tem Roth. And that is without a vote from Mr. Marshall. All right. This is a little new to me, so let me have some grace. So we will do it that way. Council, please vote minus Mr. Marshall. And that passes 8-0 with 1 recusal, and that is Mr. Marshall's recusal. All right, moving on to items 5 and 6. I need a motion, please.
Move G5.
All right, and let's see, do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mayor Pro Tem Roth, and that is without Mr. Holston. He is recusing himself. Council, please vote. And that passes 8-0 with 1 recusal. Item G6, the same with the recusal of Mr. Holston. Do I have a motion? Moved by Mr. Allen. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mayor Pro Tem Roth. Council, please vote. And that passes 8-0 with one recusal. Moving on to G10, budget adjustments approved by Budget Officer. We do have a speaker, and that speaker is Mr. Trayvon Worth.
I wanted to correct it. I would actually want to speak on G11 for the minutes.
All right, so we can go ahead and vote on G10. Mr. Hartzman, are you on G10 or 11? He's on 11. So moved by Mr. Holston. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Mr. Marshall. Council, please vote. All right, so now we will go to G11, Mr. Worth, and then Mr. Hartzman.
Today, I wanted to speak about this G11 with the motion for approving minutes. I wanted to ask you all, is it the same minutes that we get 3 minutes to speak for?
That what now? These are minutes from the meeting.
So that's what I'm saying. In reference to this, with the minutes and the program where if I were to have someone to come and say, hey, I'm here in support of active snacks and things, or whatever the case may be, but they didn't want to speak. So I would take their name, and would I get an additional 3 minutes on top of the 3 minutes?
No.
So how can I extend my speaker from the floor time?
You can't, no.
So-
But we're only required to give 3 mintes. But
Alright.
you are having this 3 minutes because you're speaking on an agenda item.
Yeah, so that's the item. That's why we're asking for the motion for approved drafts for meeting minutes. So the meeting minutes is the city council meeting minutes.
From December 16th, yes.
All right, so that's from December to 16th. All right,
Correct.
cool. So,
Yeah, it would not be the minutes from tonight, no.
all right, so I wanted to ask, as far as the minute system, all right, I was speaking about July the 2nd, where minutes was factually what I was talking about in my first speech. Minutes is important to the city council. I'm talking about it will never be deleted. Like when someone come up here and they act up, if they come up here and they say something, modern voice, making sure Greensboro takes accountability for their actions. That's who's standing in front of you.
Right. So those videos are on the City of Greensboro YouTube, and so are the meetings.
And
then the minutes are also kept, yes.
So that's why I wanted to speak on the
Yes.
minutes, to bring recognition to the people that have got up here and spoke for these 3 minutes or need an extension of time, which today it has only been allowed on the insurrection day where Trump took over the White House. We're not trying to take over the city council. We're just trying to get help.
Right.
So that's why minutes is important. So
You
that's-
get your 3 minutes, and then it's all out there on our City of
So
Greensboro
is this
YouTube
something that we
channel.
can change as far as like a resident or like a citizen or something like
No.
city ordinance can be changed? Is this like, can we make it like, if I wanted to get extra 3 minutes or something, because they just left a minute on the clock.
So I understand you're wanting more minutes, correct, to speak?
People may need more minutes when they're not, when
Then
we're
we
asking
ask-
for meetings.
What happens is the public relations director takes down names and number. If there's a
And
concern.
they never call. I'm on the last 3 seconds, and they never call. They still haven't reached back out to me yet, and I don't even have a card. So,
We'll make sure someone gives you a call.
or a card.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Hartzman.
George Hartzman, the draft minutes omit submissions detailing ethical concerns clearly violating city policy and North Carolina law, which says a governing board member shall not vote on any zoning map or text amendment if the rezoning petition or the applicant, rezoning petition, applicant for a text amendment is a person with whom the member has a close familial business or other associational relationship. The rezoning petition in the minutes involved Amanda Hodering, who's not just any attorney. She is the immediate past chairman of TREBIC, the Triad Real Estate Building Industry Coalition. TREBIC lobbies the City of Greensboro on growth, zoning, annexations, land use, and housing code enforcement issues. This is not a casual network. TREBIC is a coalition with a shared financial interest in development outcomes before this council. Council member Adam Marshall, whose legal practice focuses on real estate, land use, and zoning, for which he just recused himself, is a TREBIC member who served as his firm's TREBIC delegate until his election. A campaign funded by over $40,000 from TREBIC members and real estate interests. Adam received campaign contributions from TREBIC's current chairman, secretary, treasurer, and vice chairman, among multiple board members. He has an unambiguous associational relationship with the rezoning petition attorneys through their shared TREBIC membership activity, professional livelihood, and campaign contributions from her law firm's partners, including Mark Isaacson. As confirmed by the American Bar Association, UNC School of Government Guidance, and legal precedent, these relationships are exactly the kind of situations the city's conflict of interest policies are aimed at. City Attorney Laura Cubbage, a former judge, has purposefully declined to provide written opinions on conflict of interest issues, repeatedly failed to provide independent legal judgment, and dodged multiple requests to meet and confer and not return one phone call. My submissions allege specific statutory violations. Their exclusion from the minutes in the wake of Councilmember Marshall's public defense is not merely an omission, it is the silencing of a lawful objection. Please amend my objections to the official record. They were submitted.
Thank you, Mr. Hartzman. That concludes our consent agenda for the meeting. Going down, I would like to ask, I'm sorry? We haven't voted on G11 yet. Okay. All right, I would accept the motion.
I'll move that item.
Moved by Mr. Marshall, seconded by Mrs. Thurm. Council, please vote. And that carries 9-0. Thank you all very much. That is the end of our consent agenda. Now I will move on. Does anyone have any board or commission appointments? And I do want to express that now that we have liaisons on board, I just gave the council members their liaison roles today. We will be putting more people on boards and commissions as the next couple of weeks and next couple of meetings. So look forward to that. So does anyone have anyone? Not at this time. All right. So we will go with council comments. This time I will start down at the other end. Ms. Parker?
Good evening. As our community and council grows and evolves, it's important that we continue to learn, engage, and design our city together. We welcome co-governance, and by staying informed and involved, we can shape a better outcome for everyone together. I want to share a few opportunities of engagement. So the comprehensive plan, y'all, led by the city's Department of Transportation, that's online. So it's going to gather the comprehensive plan for the 2050 Metropolitan Transportation Plan. So we need everybody in the city to lend their voice. That is due for public review on January 19th. Virtual public meeting will be held on Wednesday, January 14th, 2026, from noon to 1, and everything's available on the city's website right now, and registration is required. I also want to give great thanks to the city's Office of Code Compliance, who launched their public education sessions of the Code Academy. It went really well, and we want you all to come back. So we're challenging everybody, have representatives from across the districts. Several of my colleagues both attend. I really appreciate y'all going there. So it's 5:30 on Monday. The next one's February 9th at Smith Active Adult Center on Fairview Street. And then also, mark your calendars on Lewis Rec Center in the heart of District 3. We have the Small Business Expo, and that is February 7th. So I don't want to always tell you all where we are, where we have been, because it's been many places and plentiful, but also where you can meet us and join us. So thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Mr. Marshall. Mr. Marshall's good this evening. All right, Ms. Crawford.
So first of all, I wanted to congratulate Phil. As someone who's rolling off parks and commissions, I have to concur with everyone who uplifted this very deserving award that you received this evening. Also, Crystal and I went to the Code Compliance Academy last night. We wanted to make sure that the community was heard as we are working to enforce and strengthen code compliance ordinances. We want to make sure to hear from the community to fill any gaps as we're building this out. We do hear you. And we have community members who have a lot of concerns about what we are doing from council. And I just want to address, it's been 3 weeks. We are learning as fast as we can. We are trying to show up at neighborhood associations, at different community meetings. We really need you to come and talk to us. Come and tell us your concerns. In person, that's why we're there, is to hear from you. And so, like April said, the next Community Code Compliance Academy is February 9th. It will be in District 2 at Smith Recreation Center. So I hope to see you there.
All right, Mayor Pro Tem Roth. All right, we'll start down here. Ms. Black.
I wanted to first say congratulations again to Phil. I have enjoyed working with you as a community member and look forward to continuing that relationship in the council seat. I just wanted to share a quick story that in City Academy, we let Phil paddle our boat out at the lake. I felt it was just the right thing to do. Well, halfway out on the lake, I think he didn't think it was the right thing to do. So when Nasha mentioned sometimes he shouldn't do things, I think that's a great example of him jumping into something maybe he shouldn't have done. When I saw the paddles, I was like, I'm not paddling, and I kept on and went to the back seat. So Phil, everything they said about you is true. And you are an asset to this city, and I want you to continue to do the great work that you do because you make us proud. So I wanted to lift you up. Look for an announcement for a future date for rescheduling the water resources meeting that was canceled due to weather. We look forward to updating the community on the work that's being done in the Water Resources Department, and it will be in this month of January. And also, just to echo some things that Cece shared about the Code Academy we attended last night. It was a great turnout from the community. We hear you, and we are actively trying to represent you in a way that I think you are looking forward to seeing. So I urge community members to continue to show up in these spaces because we are actively listening to you, and we appreciate you being there. I'd also like to give a shout out to the Code Department because they took some hits last night from community members, and their bravery and the way that they stood up and really represented our city is commendable as well. I think together we will be able to show our communities how we can work collaboratively, and I look forward to that. So that's all I had for tonight. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Allen.
Thank you, thank you. Two quick things. One, I'd like to extend great thanks to the Kwanzaa Collective. Attended their several nights of their event, and we had a great time, and was also able to honor my uncle David Richmond, and presented me with a wonderful artwork that's hanging in my office now. So I'm grateful for that. And grateful for all the work that they do in the community, and looking forward to working with them more so that we can continue that celebration on. And then also would like to extend congratulations to the I Am King magazine. I attended their release event and would like to congratulate William Hesse and their whole team for that great event that uplifts positivity, and individuals in the magazine all have wonderful community engagement. So if you get an opportunity, definitely go out, support the magazine, and also all of the folks who are featured in that, including myself on the back of the magazine.
Well. All right, Mr. Holston.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I have three things, and if you know, you know. The first one is to say congratulations to Phil Fleischman. I've been here since 21. You came back in 22, and ever since then, as it's been said, every word that was said about you is absolutely true. You have a passion for Greensboro. You have a passion for the community, and you do it with such humility. That was experienced here tonight. You really didn't want to say what you had to say, but we wanted to hear it. And I think that the citizens of Greensboro really did need to hear it. And then next, it's a new year. Happy New Year. We have a new year. We have a new council, and I continue to feel the energy that's coming from this council in all different areas. There's more to come, and I'm excited about it, and looking forward to work. Maybe I'll get on the back of the magazine myself. I don't know. And then last but not least, the point of personal privilege. January 5th is a special day in the life of a member of Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity. This January 5th, 2026, J5, there we go, is our 115th anniversary, our Founders Day anniversary. I want to say happy anniversary to all of the Kappa Alpha Psi members that can hear my voice. Thanks so much, Madam Mayor.
All right, Mrs. Thurm.
I'll be quick, and I just want to reiterate congratulations, Phil. Proud of you, and I'm honored that you choose to work in our community. So thank you for that. I also just want to speak and honor the new council members that have jumped in with both feet and are just doing amazing work and learning just as fast as possible. And it's an honor to work with you all, and I look forward to all that we'll be accomplishing, because you all are off to a great start. And so congratulations to all of you, and it's going to be a good 4 years. So thank you.
All right, thank you. So I also want to give congratulations to Phil. Phil, when you left us here the first time, I was like, please bring him back, please bring him back. And you came back, so thank you so much. You've done great work over all your years here, and we've all had a chance to get to know you better and to see all the wonderful and fun things that you and your department do. So thank you so much. I do want to say several of us went to Resurgent on East Market Street for that tour, and that was very eye-opening. It's just a great collaboration with the community, A&T, everyone. There's going to be a health clinic. There's going to be entrepreneurship levels in it. There's going to be just so many things that will assist the community and the community around where it is on East Market Street. I also attended the Code Academy. I did have to leave to go to another event, but I echo what my colleagues have said. Code compliance really took a lot of hits last night, but I appreciate Ms. Crawford and Ms. Black standing up and explaining a few things to the community, because a lot of times there are laws and things behind the scenes that affect the way things are done. They can only do so much according to state law or this or that, and I know that we're going to be explaining a lot of that over the next couple of months. And also, don't forget the Code Academy coming up will have a Zoom feature for people who are unable to attend in person. So I like that. Everyone, please don't forget about Martin Luther King Jr. weekend coming up, because that is right before our next City Council meeting, the MLK breakfast, the day of service, of course. I know that the Temple is doing a service on the Friday evening before, and there's also a service at St. James on the Monday of. So please help support all of the things that you are able. That is all I have at this time, and I will defer to Mr. City Manager. Do you have a few things?
Thank you, Mayor and Council. I do have a few items tonight. I do want to address a few comments that were made. I think the first is one of the topics that has been discussed amongst us, meaning staff and council, has been very engaged in the issues that were discovered at the district. I first want to highlight the partners in our community that stepped up. Nonprofits worked around the clock, and I feel like those were true heroes in times of need to help people not just find places that they could rest and reside, but also different resources. So I'm so grateful and thankful for the partners that we have in our community. I will tell you that there are some actions that staff took on yesterday, and that kind of addresses some of the questions or concerns that people have about conditions. And I just want to read a few. Yesterday, we took additional actions at 830 West Market Street as part of a multi-departmental approach for addressing the serious life safety issues found. I do want to reiterate that there were serious life safety issues that were discovered at the location. A warning letter was sent by our chief building inspector yesterday, directing the owner to begin corrective action, such as engaging a design professional and submitting plans. This letter provides a 14-day time frame for that owner to provide a response. In parallel, we additionally will have code enforcement who will soon begin detailed inspections of the residential units within the building with findings to inform of a separate but related enforcement process. So ultimately, this process may land or convene in our minimum standards housing commission. And I do want to say, again, there were questions that were raised tonight. These actions that were taken by staff were to prioritize first public safety of people that are there, for accountability of people that are owners of these properties, but then also to maintain a due process for those that do own the process. So we'll continue to keep you updated on that. Additionally, there were a few others, and we'll make sure we send council some of these things that happened a couple months ago. And I'm so appreciative. Fanta Dorley, I hadn't seen her in a long time. I know she's a great advocate for our community. It's so great to see her and hear her comments tonight. She raised something which is very important. But I'll say we'll provide you all with some context. There were a few of our recent housing projects or plans that came forward, specifically Regency. Just to give you some of those numbers, so the old Regency Inn, the first phase of that will have 50 senior housing units in the first phase, and the second phase will be 60 family units. So those, again, are some things that we're doing from the city's perspective to make sure that we're filling those gaps or those areas that may be missing. I do know that there's some discussion of additional developments potentially that may come up online, that there's a recognition of a need for senior housing. Also, on next week, you all will get some updates or some invites for community safety departments work with Cities United. That'll give an opportunity to reflect, I think, the question related to, how are we engaging, what opportunities do we have for folks who are advocates for domestic violence. I know that ACM Harrell has spoken with Director Letitia McNeil specifically regarding the proposal that was sent tonight. Those are the types of things that we can work with folks in our community to incentivize or provide opportunities for people to support in places they want to support. So again, just a few updates, but we'll keep you clued in. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Madam City Attorney. Nothing this evening? All right, so council, unless anyone has something else to say, I would accept a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by Mrs. Thurms. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Mr. Holston, I think. All in favor, please say aye. Thank you.